Hello, my Aloha tribe, and welcome to the Aloha Perspective. Happy Friday. It is Friday. It is Oracle Friday. Sorry. Yeah, it's a morning. It's a morning. Not a bad one. Just get all the zen in, right? Anyway, happy Friday. Happy Friday. So it is Oracle Friday, as we know, and today, I still don't have my notes. The one thing I should have brought with me. Yeah, I left some of my stuff at my dad's house because I'll be going back next week for Father's Day. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna carry it all home at the same time. But it's like, hello, I totally forgot it. So, anyways, again, it's Aloha Oracle Friday. Monday through Thursday, I usually do topics. Wednesday is usually self care. But on Fridays, this started about a year ago. Just out of fun, we decided, hey, let's do oracles. So, and I say we because my friend said, oh my gosh, this was so much fun. You should do this every Friday. So it's like, okay, I take suggestions. So, anyways, number one, I only work from a good place. So if you're here, there's a reason you are here. For those who wonder, I primarily work with Archangel Gabriel when it comes to these kind of things. So if angels aren't your thing, then just a higher power, okay? Also, number two, please do not try to make the card fit your situation. It can cause unnecessary stress and overthinking, and it's not going to serve your purpose in any way. If you somehow, have a situation that happens down the road and the card just pops up in your mind, then, you stored it for a reason. All right, but, excuse me, in this moment, please do not try to make it fit. Sorry. Do not try to squeeze it in to make it fit, all right? Either resonates with you or it doesn't. Excuse me one moment. Wow, it's like something flew into my mouth. So anyways, number three, I'm going to give you what I get from the card. And then I'm also going to give you the meaning in the book because someone took time to do the book. So, all the things, all right? Now, unless the Angel's Answer deck is the only one I don't use the book on unless I feel absolutely compelled to do so. So, let's get started. Let's get rolling. Sometimes I feel like there's a card meant for somebody, like just randomly, maybe watching live, may not be watching live. And I will read from the book because it feels like that message needs to be given. In fact, I'm kind of feeling that today with this card. If you believe. The ways. Anyways, if you believe. All right, I'm going to read that one. So this might even be for me because, the struggle has been real. What you need right now is faith. You can have what you desire, but you must believe that it can be so. Stay positive and visualize the outcome you're hoping for. Set aside all negativity or pessimism in favor of a sunny outlook. The law of attraction brings to us what we expect to receive. If our perception is that we deserve great things, then we will attract happiness. If we fall into doubt and don't believe in our own self-worth, then our experiences will match that energy. Believe in yourself and your cherished dreams. So, there you go. Good morning, older sibling. So there you have it. That one is meant for someone very specific. So if you believe, it's going to happen. Good Lord, what is happening to my face today? It's like I'm being hit with all kinds of feathers that I can't see. Anyways, all right, let's get rolling to the cards to start our morning off, right? Ooh. Let's see. Come on, I gotta have more than this, right? I mean, I try to go for 5. Oh, there's 3. We have 4. I need one more. Unless the If You Believe card is that one more. Which it is. Alright, so I guess I was meant to pull that one out first to for whoever needed that. And now, so if you believe. Alright, we already did that one. The next one, compromise. Compromise is a huge, huge thing. A lot of time we sit there and we're just kind of like, well, this should be my way, not your way. But what if you compromised? Compromise can lead to great and amazing things, right? I mean, it can literally change the course of a project's direction, because you might have somebody who thinks they know exactly how this should be, and that's fine, but the execution, it may not be matching what was in their head. And so instead of listening to other people, sometimes we feel like, no, 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 I can fix this, I can fix this, I can fix this. Sometimes it comes from a traumatized brain. Sometimes it just comes from maybe a bullied brain, which is kind of a traumatized brain, right? So you just feel like you have to be in charge. Compromise, teamwork, all the good things. Because you don't know what that person might have in their head that could be the one thing that flips the project on its head and makes it work. In relationships, compromise is a wonderful, wonderful thing. You know, maybe in friendships, family relationships, just relationships across the board, okay? Not any type of relationship specifically. Maybe you and your best friend want to go hang out. You like this kind of food, they don't like that kind of food. You might compromise by ending up at the mall in the food court, okay? Because maybe you're just kind of like, nope, I'm not changing my mind today. This is what I'm craving. This is what we're going to have. So sometimes it works, and it may not be exactly the day out you thought it would be, but it can end up being fun, right? I have a friend that we meet in the food court because we always have different ideas about what we want to eat. So when we can't decide, we go to the food court. So, you know, all different kinds of things. There's a compromise is a wonderful, beautiful tool in any type of relationship. Work, love, platonic, family, friendship, all those. All right. Number 2, romance. So see, if you believe, you can have romance, and compromise, honesty, and trust will help keep that. You know, every time I say honesty now, I think about this movie I saw last Friday, and I'm just like, now I'm questioning everybody I know. And I'm not sure if that was the whole goal of the movie, but it's like, are they being honest with me? Am I being honest with me? Am I being honest with them? So now it's just kind of like, oh my God, like everybody I talk to, it's like, really? Are you sure? Really? Do you mean it? God forbid I end up in a relationship and it's sitting here going like, wait, what? Did you lie to me? So anyways, compromise, if you believe, romance. So I have to tell you, I'm a little excited about the romance card, only because this is the first time I think it's actually popped up in one of these readings. So somebody out there, if you believe, maybe even me, right? Like eternally single, or older sibling, right? Also eternally single. So it's like, if you believe and you trust, and here's the key to that. Worthiness. All right? The if you believe card talked about having faith and worthiness. All right. And sometimes you have to compromise. What you want may not be what you're going to get. It may be something way out of left field that you didn't even see coming, and you're just kind of like, whoa, but then it'll be the most magical thing in your life. So compromise in that particular situation can be a good thing as well. All right. So within the next few weeks, we always get this card. Like, seriously, I don't know what is happening, but I need to really start keeping track of my within the next few weeks for myself too. Because sometimes I feel like these readings are like hitting me upside the head, because I have to tell you, I had dinner with some old co-workers the other day, and one of them watches the show from time to time, which I absolutely appreciate, but she missed part of it. So she showed it to another friend of ours who I also used to work with, but still works there. And she said, I want to ask you a question. And she's all, I asked Catherine, and you know, Catherine's been on before, so she's all, I asked Catherine, and Catherine says, I don't know, you have to ask her, which I think Catherine knew the answer to, because I have said it before. And I'm like, well, what is it? And, you know, and I'm all worried, right? I'm thinking like, oh my God, are they going to tell me something like horrible, or, you know, I'm just dumb or whatever. And she says, do you follow your own advice? I said, absolutely not. I didn't even miss a beat. I'm all, absolutely not. And I really should. I really should. So sometimes when I do these oracle cards, I really feel like I'm getting the message that my higher powers are sitting here going, why can't you get this the first time? You talk about so many things, you talk about so many helpful things, you get feedback from people, and yet you still don't listen to your own advice. I know, right? And it's, it's not because I'm too good for my own advice. It's because I think there's a worthiness factor in there. See, I believe everybody in this world is worth whatever they want, whatever they desire, whatever they truly, absolutely wish for. But for some reason, I struggle with that. I struggle with my own worthiness. So I am working on that. So again, there's the if you believe card. Have faith, trust, law of attraction. And if you're not into the law of attraction and you're praying, or maybe you do both, right? I do both. I have a higher power, higher powers, and I have the universe. I feel like they all have my back. Like everybody works in their own everybody stays in their own lane, working to make Shelley Marie's life a little bit, well, whatever. Right now it feels like it's stop traffic, like something's wrong with the roads, but it's because I'm not trusting. And I'm trying to run the freeway, and I'm trying to direct traffic. Instead of letting everybody do what they do best, I'm trying to direct traffic and I'm making a mess of it. So I need to sit back, trust, believe. But again, I'm just going to put this out there since the law of attraction did come up. If you manifest, you pray, or you set intentions, always finish it with this or something better when you're asking for something specific, because what you want may not be destined for you. It may not be meant for you. And yeah, I mean, there's times when things that we really, really want fall through and they end up not being for us, at least not in the moment. And we get sad, or we get blue, or we get this, we get that. And that's understandable. And that doesn't mean that if you say this or something better, it means that it's going to make it feel any better. It may not, but it will heal over time. But when you say this or something better to your higher power, God, whoever it is you turn your faith to, or the angels, or the law, or the universe, when you finish it with this or something better, you are giving them the wiggle room. Okay? You're not confining them to a small box and saying, make this happen now. Because like I said, what you want may not be meant for you. So when you say this or something better, it gives them this huge playing field, and they can kick around that box you were trying to put them in. So we can't confine. When we turn our focus to a higher power and we ask them for help, we need to remember that we are not in control. We want to be, because we want things like this, right? We want everything to happen ASAP. Divine timing and we're like mortal enemies, but I'm slowly learning to understand it. And I'm slowly learning to understand that divine timing is a very accurate and necessary thing, because there may be things that we don't see that we still need to heal that we haven't healed. All right. So, and communicate clearly. So here you go. You have compromise and communicate clearly. And when it comes to the law of attraction, if you want things to happen within the next few weeks, you need to communicate clearly what it is you want, or something better. And you need to communicate with compromise on the table. Compromise and trust. And this goes for any relationship that you might be in or might be getting in. If you're going out on a first date, just be yourself. You don't want to be somebody else. Everybody else is taken, right? And they may like this person that you're pretending to be, and then you have to keep pretending to be that person, then you lose yourself. In every relationship I've been in the past, I have lost myself in all of their needs, all of their wants, all of their desires. And I didn't have a lot of mine met, unless I did it myself, because I was so busy trying to make other people happy that I forgot to make myself happy. So that can also be a compromise for you. The person that is going to be your person and is going to love you and is going to cherish every bit and every part of you is going to love you for exactly who you are. Your family, your friends, the people that you are going to meet down the road, they're going to love you for exactly who you are. If they don't, they're not meant to be in your life forever. Maybe a season or a reason, right? What is that? A reason or a season? And then they're gone. And, sometimes it sucks because, you think, wow, boo, that sucks. But then you move on and you realize maybe you learned something from that. So remember, if you believe romance may be on the deck for you within the next few weeks, I'm a little excited about that. Ooh, fingers crossed. Communicate clearly with people that you're talking to, or your higher powers, the universe, your angels. Communicate clearly what you desire, what you want. Don't sit there and go, Communicating clearly means you believe. All right, you believe. And compromise, because, sometimes what we want and what we get are two different things. Don't be angry. Give it a shot. Give it a chance. Okay, so today I have the Healing with the Fairies deck, the messages from the Fairies deck. What else do I have? The Magical Unicorns and Keepers of the Light. Keepers of the Light I'm going to do last. I really like that deck. It was really calling to me this morning. So I'm going to start with the Healing with the Fairies deck. We use this deck on Wednesday. I use this deck on Wednesday for Self-Care Wednesday because it's a healing thing. Wednesday really kind of felt like a healing kind of vibe thing happening. So let's see what we get. There's a card sticking out here, so I tend to think that might be another one. And one of my rules I start with should say I shuffle 3 times. Whoops. And there we go. And sometimes I don't get anything, so it happens. All right, the first one that came out was visualization. We had visual we had visualization the other day. Visualization can mean a lot of things like let's see, it could mean a lot of things like vision board, really kind of believing what you want, thinking about, and maybe writing it down, what you put out to the universe, communicating clearly. But a vision board can help you stay on there. The reason I'm covering this is because sometimes YouTube will mark something if it shows any kind of, stuff. So it's a pretty card, and it's basic human stuff, but anyways, people out there ruin it for everyone. So anyways, visualization. Do your vision boards. A friend of mine the other day was like, what's a vision board? Vision boards are actually kind of cool. So, like I said, I know a lot of people use it for the law of attraction. A lot of people use it to manifest things, but a lot of people also use it to remind them, to keep their mind on track. I have 2 vision boards. One of them is positive affirmations. Another one is positive affirmations and things that, just, your everyday stuff. I don't know where that one is. I think it's on my door. But a lot of them I do it to kind of keep my mind in a good place. So vision boards can be a lot of different things. So visualization. This is a little bit different. I'm sorry. I totally misread this one. Visualization. This is interesting. Your clairvoyance, your dreams, and the pictures in your mind's eye are becoming more clear and powerful. This card asks you to trust and to develop your visual skills and to use them in conscious manifestation. I totally misread that one, but maybe there was a point, right? Because maybe making that vision board is going to help you kind of become in tune to your gifts. I have a lot of gifts. There are a lot of them that I kind of just blew off when I was younger because I didn't understand it. I was raised in a half religious household. The other half just didn't believe, so it's kind of like, and then one day people I know and I got together and said, wait, you've been able to do this your whole life? Yeah. It's like, I didn't know. I thought I was the only one. No, it runs in the family. It's like, oh, okay. No, I had no idea. And then I started doing research and I got answers, and it's like, oh, wow. And, but truth be told, older sibling was the one that kind of discovered my gifts for me. She's like, you do realize that you have some gifts, right? And I'm like, no. And so she helped me she started taking me to certain places. She started kind of guiding me and helping me through all this. And she really, so not only has she saved my life a couple of times, she has literally set me on my spiritual path and embracing the spiritual side of me. So she is like a life coach without even realizing she is a life coach. So the fairies know the power of conscious visualization as a tool of manifestation. By drawing this card, you are guided to sit quietly on a daily basis and to visualize yourself living a healthy, happy, abundant, and meaningful life. Visualize only what you desire and avoid picturing that which you do not desire. I know sometimes we get into these negative mindsets. When that happens, simply say, I do not wish to manifest this into fruition. Okay, I do not wish to manifest that into fruition or this into fruition. Okay, I know it's a bit of a long thing, but I'll try to remember to put it in the comments, but I do not wish to manifest this into fruition. When you might have a negative thought pop in your head, like, oh no, so when you catch something negative, just say that. I do not wish to manifest that, or I do not wish to manifest that into fruition. So only good things. You have powerful visual skills, even if you're unaware of them. Affirm daily, I am a highly visual person. I am a highly visual person. Repeat it until you feel it. Okay, repeat it until you feel it. Any blocks that you have about clairvoyance will begin to lift. Know that it is safe for you to see the future, the spirit world, and the truth about your life. By releasing any fears about seeing, your visualization powers will be greatly magnified. When we're kids, we're kind of taught, no, that's a bad thing. I have a family member who's rather far along in her spiritual gifts because they were encouraged. Mine were not. And I can't say I blame anyone. It's just, we're conditioned by certain teachings that tell us it's bad, it's evil, it's wrong. But these are your God-given gifts. These are your God's given gifts, your goddesses given gifts, whoever you turn, yourself to, whatever higher power. It doesn't matter what religion you are. If you have a gift, you have a gift. Some religions sit there and, really kind of explore it and help you explore it. Others just, there's a sense of fear there. So they put the kibosh on it. But these are the talents that were given to you, that you were born with. And if you use them in the right way, how can they be bad? All right. So affirmation, it is safe for me to see I am a very visual person. It is safe for me to see I'm a very visual person. So the next one, oh, I like that one. I could use this one, financial flow. So fly. Oh my God, seriously. Financial flow. See, it doesn't even roll off of my tongue very easily. So the last card was visualization. All right. If you're struggling, or if maybe you want something, or maybe you're not struggling, but you don't have the money for something that you really, really want, and you want it, just manifest it. You can pray for it. I know a lot of people say you shouldn't pray to God for money. You know what? God is like a wishing machine if you let him be. And I'm not saying disrespect him. You got to be grateful for everything you get. If you ask for, say you ask for $500, right? And God gives you 6, or your higher power gives you 6, and you're like, well, I needed 5. Then do something with the 6. Take someone out. Do something nice for somebody. Give it to charity. Give half to charity and take somebody out with the rest of it. You know what? There's a lot of different things you can do with it. Or maybe it was just meant, and you said, yeah, you know what? I know you needed a little bit more. So, yeah, I really am kind of talking like older sibling does, and I am terrible at believing. I'm really working on it. I'm trying really hard. I spent a lot of my life just kind of raking myself over the coals, not believing I'm worthy of things. And I'm really trying to flip that narrative. But changing that script has been hard because there's stuff that's just so hardcore ingrained in me that it's like chipping it away with it, with like a little tiny nail file against this huge rock. And worthiness would tell me, put the nail file down, go grab a mental sledgehammer and just whack the shit out of this thing. And that's what sometimes we need to do. Everybody is worthy of good things. If you are a good person, your karma is going to do wonderful things for you. But it can only do wonderful things for you if you open yourself up and let it. Okay? You have to believe. You have to know that you are worthy. And have faith in that. So the financial flow, if this card is coming up for you, then, I truly feel like this card is speaking to me too. And so, like this whole reading so far has really kind of hit me between the eyes with a lot of things that I've been working on just mentally and with the worthiness, having faith, having trust. But if you've seen this card, have faith, okay? Trust. And if a bad thought comes into your head, what do we say? I do not wish to manifest this into fruition. That's when a bad thought comes along. Like, I don't deserve it, or that's too much. You can never have too much. You're not taking anything from anybody. There is something out there for every single person. It's just a matter of how bad you want it and how worthy you feel of it. Think of it as like a worthy balloon. Imagine you have a balloon just out of sight, right? But the more you believe in yourself, the more kind things you say to yourself, your little energy is pulling this balloon down. Then you can pop it and see what gift is inside, right? Like, ooh, this is great. Sorry, my nose is running this morning. So, financial flow. Let's read what this one has to say. You have manifested a new sense of abundance in your life. Any financial blocks have successfully been removed, and you are now in the flow of increased prosperity. Congratulations. Your finances are moving up to a new level. You have been praying for increased flow and have been visualizing greater wealth. Your positive thoughts and desires have resulted in a rich vein of abundance coming your way. This good fortune not only applies to money, but also to increased opportunities in your personal and professional life. Now, when it says coming your way, a lot of times we're like, yeah, but where is it? Just say this. I accept the abundance coming, I accept the abundance coming my way. I'm ready to receive the abundance coming my way. Okay? That way it's not just sitting at your doorstep and you're locked in your house. Okay, another metaphor. You have to open the door and you have to receive it. You have to not be afraid of it and just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to do good things with this. But I'm also going to be good to myself. Don't be afraid of that, okay? I think a lot of people that have money are so afraid of losing it that they lose it. We can't be afraid of something. You have to be grateful for everything you have. Even if you randomly find $1 on the road, be grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because it's adding. You may think, well, this isn't $100 bill. Hey, it's the first of 99. All right? That's all you have to think. I mean, who knows? You might walk into a store and win something. And it's like, oh, you just won $99 and there's your other 99. And there's your 100, right? But you found the first dollar. Now, if you're not grateful and you're sitting there complaining, someone's going to walk ahead of you and be like, oh, they want it. So just be grateful for every little thing you find. I know that sometimes when I see a penny on the ground, if it's tails up, I'll literally stop and turn it over. Because, heads up is supposed to be the good luck, right? I mean, I think if you find a coin on the ground, it doesn't really matter. But for superstitious people like me, and I know people who do this too. They'll stop, they'll turn it over for the next person to have good luck. But there's gratitude. You can hear, thank you, thank you, thank you for letting me come across this. And, also when you find random coins, maybe you have a loved one on your mind that's gone. There is a saying called pennies from heaven. They're just letting you know, hey, I'm with you, I'm looking after you, and here's a sign. All right, so just have faith. So the fairies, who are supreme experts in manifestation, advise you to keep a positive and joyful heart as you experience your wonderful new state. Continually affirm, I graciously accept good into my life right now. There it is. I graciously accept good into my life right now. And I deserve abundance. And I deserve abundance. I'll put these in the comments, okay? If you find that this financial flow ever becomes interrupted, ask the fairies to help you adjust your thoughts and emotions so you can graciously and willingly accept all of the gifts that you so richly deserve. And if you're not into fairies, they're nature angels, all right? If maybe it's stepping a little bit out of your comfort zone, they're nature angels, okay, as well. So just give them a chance. Okay, so affirmation. I am financially secure. I am supported abundantly today and every day in my future. There you go. Higher consciousness. Wow. So we had visualization, then we had financial flow, and now we have higher consciousness. I'm just going to go right to this one because I want to read it. You are receiving, the other reason is because I think visualization kind of covered this, right? This is about tapping in to your gifts, to your third eye. It's about tapping into your higher consciousness. There is something called ascension flu. And it's basically when somebody levels up spiritually. They may not be actually sick, but they're going to have physical symptoms like they're sick, like maybe nausea, dizziness, headaches, buzzing in the ears, buzzing around you. You know, maybe you're tingling and you're like, what is happening? Just look up ascension flu. So, and you know, a lot of the symptoms and whatnot are there. And I've done this a few times and it is crazy. I mean, it is crazy. And I know people are probably like, you're insane, but you know what? It's Oracle Friday, so I just throw it all out there on the line today. But tapping into your higher consciousness, that's huge. That's where you're able to manifest things. That's where you're able to really kind of heal yourself in a lot of different ways. Sometimes even physically, if you believe and you're in tuned that much to your healing. So, you are receiving guidance from your true self, your higher consciousness, which is one with the divine universal wisdom. You are listening to love rather than fear. Listen to love, not fear. This card is a validation that your recent feelings, thoughts, dreams, and aspirations are coming from spirit. You have been asking for divine guidance, and your higher self has answered your prayers. Your spiritual path has helped you hear this voice because you've taken the time to listen. Perhaps you've begun a meditation or yoga practice, and this has helped you quiet your mind. Or maybe you put your foot down to the universe and have adamantly decided to improve your life. Whichever route you've taken is working very well. Now the fairies ask you to help. I'm sorry. I don't know what's happening. All of a sudden I can't read. Whichever route you've taken is working very well. Now the fairies ask you to keep having conversations with your higher consciousness. This will involve carving out time away from noise and stress. You may need to take frequent nature walks, join a spiritual support group, or go on a retreat. By quieting your life and your mind, the voice of your higher consciousness becomes increasingly loud and clear. It guides you perfectly through all areas of life. Affirmation. I easily hear and understand the voice of spirit. I like that one. What was it again? I easily hear and understand the voice of spirit. So, I'm going to keep this one out for a little bit because I want to, again, put the financial ones in the comments. So, what do we want next? Let's do unicorns. And then we'll go back to the fairies. Magical unicorns. I love these cards. I mean, they're so colorful, right? It's like a rainbow. Oh God, speaking of rainbow, I watched Shazam yesterday, the second one, Fury of the Gods. I was rolling because this little girl takes out Skittles, and I don't want to spoil alert anybody because I think it just came on streaming and it was out in the theaters. But but all I could think of was, oh, taste the rainbow, and then she used the term. It's like, see, taste the rainbow. So, all right, let's see. Okay, do the unicorns have anything they want to tell us? There we go. Wow, that's a lot. Damn. So true. Yes, what you're asking about is the truth. Like I said, that movie is still all up in my head from last week. And the funny thing was, it was all about, like, you know, white lies, right? Because you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. And, it was actually called You Hurt My Feelings. But you're like, you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. So you're kind of like, well, but see, I tend to be very honest. But I mean, not in a hurtful way. You know, I try to be creative if I, you know, or I just say, you know what? How does it make you feel? Sometimes you just got to flip it back. But it's so rare when I have to do that. I mean, literally, it's so rare when I have to do that. I do not give a compliment I do not mean. You know, I mean, and I kind of get that because, you know, the funny thing is, it was about a writer, right? And I love to write. And I literally told Sibling after the show, this is why I don't let anyone read my stuff. Because I don't want to be lied to. But here's the thing, just because it's not somebody's cup of tea doesn't mean it's not going to be somebody else's. So sometimes, like, I'm finishing up the second draft of my story I worked on last year. It was a very cathartic story. And it's one of the reasons I didn't do my show yesterday, because I was writing before the show. And it's very emotional because it's not necessarily my story, but there's parts of my story in there. And it's something that was very kind of, I don't know, like I said, there was a catharsis that came along with it, but it got very emotional. But I thought, gosh, who can I get to read this? Because, you know, I don't Sometimes you want people, and I know it's not always somebody's cup of tea, especially the kind of story that I am writing, but it's kind of like, well, so, but they're always like, yeah, I want to read it. I want to read it. And then I remember I was so proud of one thing and I let my dad read it. I didn't like it. I'm like, really? He's like, no, I didn't like it. So it wasn't bad, but it's not my thing. So, but all I heard was, I don't like it, right? Now I'm remembering everything he said. It's just not my cup of tea. And I actually threw that story away because, but it's like, he did follow it up with, but it's not my kind of thing, but it's not bad. It's just not my thing. And so you're kind of like, oh, and that was kind of the whole idea of that thing, but it's like, ooh, like truth bomb. Anyways, I don't know. I think every situation dictates how you should respond to it. You can't just go in saying, I'm never going to do this. You gotta go with the flow and see where the flow takes you. And I think that's the truth in it about everything. Speaking of flow, drink more water and eat foods with water in them, such as fresh fruits and vegetables. That may be aimed at me. So, I love water and fresh fruits and vegetables. I mean, this is water. I mean, I got a whole 32-ounce bottle sitting over there waiting to fill up my cup. So, anyway, it's my Disneyland Starbucks cup. I know I colored it because it was just solid black. It's like, really, who does that? How can you even see anything? But true. Yes, what you're asking about is the truth. So if you've had something rolling around in your head and you've been trying to figure out, oh my gosh, is this real or not? It is. So this goes back to the other card, right? Have faith. If you believe, have faith. Visualization, have faith. Trust, believe. All of those wonderful, wonderful words that a lot of us just kind of kick to the curb because it's easier to be negative than to be positive, right? And then we look at positive people and want to punch them because we don't know how to be positive. So instead of wanting to punch the positive people, ask them, what do you do? Because I guarantee you they're going to say, I'm not positive all the time. It takes work. But it's gotten easier because I practiced it. So what you're asking for is true. It's going to happen. It is happening now. It is. Oh, look at that. I opened up right to the page. That's a sign. This card wants you to know that you're correct in what you're thinking about this situation. You already know the truth, even if it's knowledge that is held deeply in your heart. Take a moment and feel what your body says about this situation. Your body also knows the truth, and it will tell it to you if you stop and listen. If you will just stop and listen. You can also hear the truth from your angels. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and silently ask a question. Then listen to the words that come into your mind. Your angels always tell the truth. They use words and feelings of love and warmth, even if they're telling you something that you don't want to hear, such as asking you to make a life change that you don't feel ready for. Hence the vegetables and fresh fruits. It's like, pop it. Sorry, humor. This card also asks you to tell the truth to yourself and others. As long as you speak like the angels do and use loving words and actions, it's best to be truthful. If you're afraid to tell the truth, ask Archangel Michael to give you courage and protection. He'll also help you know exactly what to say and do so that everyone will benefit. All right? So, and when I think about the movie, I maybe part of it could have just, the part of it, the one character probably could have just said to the other character, you know what? It's not my thing. I mean, their thing was, well, you've done better. But it's like, maybe that's not their cup of tea. It was, but we give things to people who we believe love us. And this was the couple in this movie were going strong. They were going fine, but this one little, it was just like a nail in the road, right? That just kind of popped, that just put the puncture hole in that tire, and there was a slow leak until poof, the tire is just flat. And then you just have no choice but to acknowledge and face what has happened. And it can be hurtful, it can be hard, it can be sad, but like I said, sometimes you just have to navigate the situation in the situation. The next one, share. When you share, everyone feels happy. I don't think I need to read the book on this one because this one is pretty obvious. When you have, give. If you don't have or you have a little, share what you can. Do things in gratitude. Gratitude, the attitude. That's what I always try to do. Gratitude the attitude, and things will get better and change. Family culture. Learn more about your family's stories and histories. If I'd known a lot of the stuff I know now about my own spiritual gifts and my own spiritual path, I'd probably be a hell of a lot farther along than I am. But I'm also excited to be learning about my family. You know, I had a friend the other day on Twitter. They're just like, wow, you drink Guinness? I can't stand Guinness. That you're hardcore. And it's like, oh, really? It just, I don't know. I mean, I always joke that it speaks to my Irish side, but to be honest with you, I didn't have Guinness until I was probably about, I don't know, 30. Or maybe my late 20s, early 30s. And, but so yeah, I mean, I've been drinking it a while. But it's my go-to. It's my go-to. But, and, you know, I always have to compromise when places don't have it, or they have it in a can. But anyways, not the point. The point is that, when we learn about our families and our cultures and all these things, we can become deeper and more in tune to them. A lot of people never understand why I'm so in tune to my Hawaiian side and my Irish side. And a lot of it is because there's so much spiritualism in there. There all the, like the Celts, right? And the ancient Hawaiians and their practices and their shamans and their ways. And they're so intriguing to me. They're so fascinating to me. And so I do try to learn more about that. I probably could be better at learning more of the up-to-date stuff. But, you know, culture is culture. And, you know, just share. You know, this is how we share and how we learn. You know, we shouldn't berate people for culturally appropriating. They may be so in tune to something, or even a past life that they may have been this. But we put the kibosh on so many people so fast that, you know, we don't, instead of berating people, again, educate, share, help them learn. You know, I mean, like I said, I have friends who are not even Hawaiian that are more Hawaiian than I am. And I'm bloodline and born in Hawaii. Although I grew up out here, so, you know, I really kind of consider myself more of a Californian, but I know, my mom hated that. Anyways, worth waiting for. Your patience will be rewarded. So, if you feel like me, sitting on the ledge with a little fox on your lap, just know that whatever it is you're waiting for is worth it. It's going to be magical. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be beautiful, no matter what it is. Okay? It is going to be for you, and that's why it's going to be all of those things. So, again, your patience will be rewarded. Oh, there's 2 foxes in there. I didn't even see that one. That's funny. I'm going to have to look up foxes because I was playing a game the other day. I play this word game. Not Wordle. It's a different word. Well, I play Wordle, but I play a different word game. And for some reason, I guess when I hit like level 500 or whatever, it randomly put a bluebird on my screen. And then I don't know what I was doing, but I was walking from my room into older siblings' room, and I looked down and it's like, oh, all of a sudden it changed to a fox. And I was like, I don't get it. I mean, Sissy Joe, our soul sister, older siblings and my soul sister, who passed away quite a few years ago, about 8 years ago, 8 years ago this month, her last name was Fox. So a lot of times I just think it's her saying, hey, you know what? You got this, keep going, whatever, or just visiting. But now with 3 of them appearing within 3 days, I think it's time to look it up. So if you're hearing that too, look up the spiritual meaning of a fox. Just like that, spiritual meaning of a fox. All right. So, worth waiting for. I'm just having all kinds of issues this morning. Excuse me. I don't know what's happening, but it's almost like something just doesn't want me to talk today. And it's really fucking annoying. So whoever it is, they just need to back off. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I just had to ask for protection just in case. So, worth waiting for. Your patience will be rewarded. You know what you want and you've been waiting for it. This card means that your patience is about to pay off. You'll soon have what your heart desires. It will most likely be better than you expect. Everything happens at the perfect time, and this is why you needed to wait. You had lessons to learn, and other people had to be ready as well. Now everything is set, and you'll find that your prayers have been answered. All of your patience and hard work will now be rewarded. For now, keep your mind focused on what you want, and don't think about fear in any way. If you become afraid, then ask your angels for help. You need to keep the faith. What you want is worth waiting for. Instead of settling for something that's good enough, you'll now have the best because you deserve the best. Amen to that. Amen to that. And the last one, healer. You have the power to help and heal others. Believe it or not, that is one of my gifts. You'll also notice that this fairy is surrounded in a green light. For those of you who believe in angels, Archangel Raphael is the healing angel, and his color is green. That's why a lot of people that I'm friends with Facebook on, or even on Twitter, a lot of times when they're hurting, I'll just use a green heart and a little star emoji, and it's like me trying to send healing in my own way. But I think everybody has a little bit of a healer inside of themselves. I literally, I know this is going to sound crazy to some people, but this is the truth. When I come around people and my hands start tingling, I literally will ask them, do you have any pain? Are you in pain somewhere? Is something hurt? And it could be something as simple as, oh yeah, I twisted my arm the other day. But for some reason, my hands light up around people. I mean, they get super tingly around older sibling lately because her CRPS is just flaring like a crazy person. But yeah, it's so interesting how that happens. So, you may have healing hands as well. Healing just isn't with hands and energy though. I mean, I'm actually a certified Reiki master, and the reason I became a certified Reiki master is because I needed to learn how to harness all of this energy. I have literally blown out electronics by holding them. Usually when I'm mad, which is not a good thing. I have turned off my iPhone when I've been so upset and just like, oh, and all that energy, and then all of a sudden it just turns off. It doesn't blow out like the old days. I think people figured out how to cure electronics from dying from electrical surges, but we are part electricity. It's just a matter of harnessing it and utilizing it and using it. We literally are magical beings. And a lot of people just, they go through their entire life not realizing what we are capable of, what possibilities lie within us and before us. And we really need to just kind of embrace these things and, allow ourselves to really kind of become in tune to who we are, the gifts we have, and what we bring to this planet. So, I mean, you could probably just touch a tree and heal it, or you can gain energy from nature, the sun, the moon. Everything works together. So again, you have the power to help and heal others. Oh, that's what I was going to say. It's not just about healing hands. Being there for somebody can help somebody. A hug can help somebody. Maybe they ask you for advice and you give them the stellar advice. Healing isn't always about the touch. It's about how we approach a situation and how much love we put behind it. Okay, so healer. I'm going to read that one. I got to remember that too. This card means that you're a healer who can help people and animals feel better. I've done that. You already know how to heal in many ways, and with time, you'll learn new ways through books, classes, and personal experience. By drawing this card, you're asked to trust in your power to heal. It isn't you alone doing the healing work. Being a healer means that you're open to divine love coming through you, and also through people, animals, or situations that can benefit from this love. Ask your angels to help you with your healing work. They can answer your questions, help you with classes, and guide your healings. You can also use your healing ability on yourself too. Yes, you can. The more you have faith and love, the more powerful are your healing abilities. Ask your angels to increase your faith, and they will be happy to do so. So, that's a very important part that I forgot. If you are going to lay hands on someone or above somebody, depends on their comfort zone, right? Ask whoever you turn your higher power to, ask your divine to use you basically as a conduit. Don't use your own energy. it will drain you and you will struggle to recover. I've done that in the past. It has actually made me, it's the very first time. I don't know why I did it. Older sibling was feeling absolutely terrible. She was driving, and all of a sudden it's like she just had this weird ass tummy ache. And she's just like, I feel sick all of a sudden. I don't, blah, blah, blah. And next thing I know, I put my hand on her. And this was the first time I realized that I might be a healer. And she didn't push away, because like I said, she's really kind of guided me on my spiritual adventure. And I laid hands on her while she was driving. And she pulled over because she really wasn't feeling well. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to have to drive. So I kept my hand on her. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh, I'm starting to feel better. And what I didn't realize was I was taking it from her. Instead of giving her my energy or letting the flow of energy come through me to heal her, I took it. And then I ended up sick and she felt better. One big burp and she was like, hey, I feel a lot better now. Thanks. She's like, how are you doing? I'm like, I feel like I'm going to throw up. So literally, it's like we switched. I took whatever was bothering her. And I don't think I threw up. I think I actually ended up eating ice cream. Ice cream made me feel better. But yeah, so, and I learned later, because her cousin is also, her cousin reminded me, she's all, if you have it, she's all, imagine there's a fire in in your hand, and you're just letting it burn up. She's all, do not soak it in, be a conduit. And then again, that's why I ended up taking a Reiki class, because getting certified, because I needed to learn how to channel that correctly. So, just try to remember those things. Don't give your own energy. Use the energy of the divine for your healing, and try not to take it from somebody. Just give them your love, your energy, your all that good stuff. Let it flow through them. Okay, because taking it can actually affect you. Magical fairies. Let's go with the magical fairies. This has been a very eye-opening reading today, hasn't it? I know, they usually run pretty long, but I'm trying. Ooh, don't fall. Ooh. One more shuffle. I feel like these are the only 2 cards we're going to have, though. Yep, and I was right. So, something made me turn over the top card. If you're waiting, you have a business venture coming towards you. Trust and follow through on a new business idea or career opportunity. So if you're sitting there going, I don't know if I should do this or not, do it. Do it. You never know, right? So, the first one that flew out and almost to the floor, you've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve the situation. You can do it. You've got the power. Oh. So there you go. In fact, you can just say, I've got the power. So you've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve the situation. You can do it. Every single card, I swear to you, that we've had this morning, or maybe every other card that we've had this morning, has been leading up to this one. Just do it. Have faith in yourself. Faith, trust, believing. This is not the first time I've said that in this reading. Faith, trust, and believing. Because you've got the power. You've got the power to make anything that you want happen as long as you believe. Right? Listen to your third eye. Listen to your soul. Listen to your heart. Listen to everything inside of you that is positive. And if you feel like you're about to go negative, no. I do not wish to manifest this into fruition. I do not wish to manifest bad things. I only wish to manifest good things. Or I am capable of manifesting good things. I choose to manifest good things. So all those, okay? So, because you've got the power. You really have got the power. I think a lot of times we don't give ourselves enough credit, and we need to, because that's when magic starts to happen. That's when your prayers are answered. That's when the universe delivers that law of attraction to you. When you trust, you have faith, and you believe, and you realize you have got the power. You are the one who can make the difference in your life to bring these opportunities, to bring that abundance into you, whether it's wealth or other things of abundance. All right. You drew this card as a reminder that you're more powerful than you realize. Perhaps you've been feeling victimized lately. Well, the fairies want you to know that regardless of your age, size, or education, you've got incredible personal power. Even though the fairies are tiny beings, they channel the force of God in the universe, and you can also use it to resolve an issue, heal yourself or another, or manifest your material needs. All you have to do is believe. Additional meanings for this card: let go of blame and focus upon solutions. Conduct energy healing work, especially through your hands. Engage in the strength training exercises such as weightlifting. Follow your inner guidance to resolve a situation. Become an activist for an issue that's near and dear to your heart, or speak your truth to yourself and others. I like that. And last but not least, before we get to the Keepers of the Light, goodbye to the old, hello to the new. Goodbye to the old, hello to the new. You finished one part of your life, and now a new and even better part is beginning. Oh, I like that. I like that. I feel like this card really hits me between the eyes as well. And I say that simply based on the fact that I feel like, so it's funny, when I turned 50 a couple months ago, everybody's like, oh, what's it like? How's it feel? I mean, 50 for everybody, it's always been this, I don't know, it's either magical or shitty. And I chose for it to be magical because I can't stop it, right? I don't want to die. So, I mean, not yet. I feel like I have a lot to do left still. I'm not necessarily afraid of death anymore, but I have a lot to do. So I want to keep living. But I thought, I can't stop the age. I can't make it change. I can't, say, ooh, unless I die, right? So that was not on the table. So I decided to embrace it. And the first thing somebody said to me is, how is it? I mean, I literally did not mean to wait up until midnight for my birthday. But I did. I couldn't sleep. And then all I remember writing in my journal is, oh, I feel so relieved. Because my 40s were an absolute shit show. There was a lot of healing, a lot of death. A lot of death of super loved ones. And I would just... I wanted to be gone. I wanted it to be out. I wanted to be out of there, It's like standing at the door waiting for the time lock to let it open. And that's exactly what it felt like. And I stepped in, closed the door, bolted it, locked it, boarded it up, all the good stuff. Said, nope, I'm out. But I've struggled. And I've struggled with this journey because I haven't believed. I haven't believed I had the power. I haven't trusted that I had the power. I haven't, all these different things. I have not given myself the respect and the love that I deserve. And I haven't given myself the worthiness that I deserve. And I'm sharing this because if you feel stuck like I do, and you feel like, or maybe you just came out of a journey. I came out of a journey and I realized last week that I've been hiding behind my healing journey. My healing journey is pretty much over. Everything that comes up now could be a trigger. It could be just a memory. But it doesn't necessarily affect me the way it used to. Even the story I'm writing, like rewriting right now, in my second draft of doing it, I realized that there were parts when I would write it, I was just in tears. But I think the reason it gets so emotional is because I realize how far I've come, even in the short months between the first draft and the second draft. And it's just kind of like, wow, I realized that even though I sit here and say I'm perfectly imperfect, that I've still shot for perfection. You see, I feel like that happened on purpose because we're not perfect. We want to be sometimes, but we're not. There are perfect things in life, but we're not perfect, and that's good. That's great because it gives us wiggle room to grow. So, goodbye to the old, hello to the new. For me, personally, it's telling me it's time to move forward. It's time to open your arms and receive everything that is meant to be yours. It is time to open yourself to your self-love, to your self-worth, to your self-respect. And that's what I want for all of you. If you are at the end of a journey and you are struggling to shut that door, lock it, and throw away the key, just do it. Just do it. I know the unknown can be scary. I know the future, can feel bleak and like, oh my God. But it doesn't have to be. Every day we change. Every day something is changing in our life. Every day we're moving in a different direction than we were the day before. And that's change. If we think about all the little things we do every single day, that is change. I think we'll be better at moving forward. I think we'll find it easier to move into that trust and that believing and that self-worthiness. So, again, you finished one part of your life and now a new and even better part is beginning. Allow it to happen. Allow it to happen. Open your heart to this and let it happen. So, let's see. I already forgot the name of the card. Isn't that terrible? Hold on. Gosh. Goodbye, hello. Okay. I think that's a mental thing, to be honest with you. It's that fear. It's that fear coming up going, nope, nope, nope. So, this card indicates that a chapter in your life is closing. Perhaps you've been feeling a sense of loss or anxiety about the future. This card reassures you that your present situation is teaching you many valuable and important life lessons. You're now taking that wisdom and beginning a journey with new people, work, and situations. Be open to this change as it brings many blessings for everyone involved. Your future is taken care of. Additional meanings. You may be moving to a new home, a job promotion is coming, a relationship is ending, a transition is noticeable. Let go of unhealthful old patterns. A relationship may be beginning. Make time to work on healing your past hurts. So there you go. Make time on healing your past hurts. So let's finish this one up with the Keepers of the Light card. I don't know which one is in here. I feel like there's one that's just meant for everybody. Just kind of... Wait, is that upside down? Oh no. That's interesting. It's in the wrong deck. It's like, wait a minute, that's not right. Unless maybe that's it. Stop worrying, everything is going to be fine. So, whether you believe the fairies or you believe Lakshmi, everything is going to be fine. I have to put her back in the right deck. She's from the Goddess Guidance deck, which is actually right there. So, yay, I don't have to go far. So, anyways, maybe that was it. Yeah? Maybe that was it. Nope. There's something. Ooh, Kuan Yin, Caring Compassion. There it is. I found it. There it is, right there. But Kuan Yin, Caring Compassion. Choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. All right. So, but you're gonna love this one. This is the card we're finishing on this morning. Faith. Humanity and benevolence. Stay calm. Trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. Faith. Humanity and benevolence. This is the period on the sentence of today's reading. Have faith. Have trust. Have belief in yourself. Just go forth. Heal. Heal whatever it is you need to heal. So, faith. Faith is the archangel who is focused on bringing out our benevolence. She is the twin flame of Archangel Michael and is on a divine mission to help us recognize that humans are basically good and aligned with love. Just like her name, she is all about faith and trust. She reminds us that the world has taught us to believe that we are separate from love, and that if we begin to see the good in others, then we will start to cultivate a loving experience of the world around us. So again, she reminds us that the world has taught us to believe that we are separate from love, and that if we begin to see the good in others, then we will start to cultivate a loving experience of the world around us. The extended message. How am I reading today? Stay calm and breathe. You are a divine being of love who has done so much good in the world. You may be going through personal transformations and feel that you're not getting anywhere, but Archangel Faith is drawing close to guide you beyond the limitations that your ego or fears have created for you. You may be trying to work out whom to trust. First, trust yourself. When you do this and recognize that you are made of love, you will attract those who reflect that love and can enjoy true friendships and loving relationships. Know that good is here to stay. So there you go. Know that good is here to stay. So, I hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday as well. Take care of yourselves, okay? It's a big weekend coming up. It's the perfect time for those of you who just do the Monday through Friday thing. It is the perfect time to sit down and really start to get the wheels in motion of having faith and having trust and have believing and opening yourself up to receiving all the wonderful things that are meant for you. And like I said, give it wiggle room. This or something better. It may not come to you the way you expect it to. But when you open your heart, you open your mind, and you just allow things to happen, it will come to you the way it is meant to come to you. Okay, so again, have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'll see everybody back here for Monday. You know what? I was actually going through some old videos yesterday when I posted one, since I didn't do a show, and I used to call Monday Hodgepodge Monday. So I think I'm going to go back to that, because Hodgepodge Monday was just kind of whatever. It was like whatever, right? It was hodgepodge. So Monday, I'll be back here for Hodgepodge Monday, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Time, Facebook Live. All lives are public. Anybody can watch. We do not need to be Facebook friends. You can find me under Shelly Marie Lucas. And I also share it to my Facebook page, The Aloha Perspective, and to my YouTube channel, The Aloha Perspective with Shelly Marie Lucas. If you're on Twitter, you will probably see the link and the posting there. So again, have a wonderful, wonderful day, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Please listen to the messages in these cards today. They were really kind of, I think, focused in on putting people on the right track, putting you on the right track, putting me on the right track, putting all of us on the track that we're meant to be on, of worthiness, self-love, self-respect, self-care. Okay? So again, embrace these beautiful things, because you deserve it and you are worth it. Have a great day.